I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark mystery movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, boy.
How are we? How are we?
Great.
Sunday.
Go and take me to church.
You Hosier?
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
That was really good, yeah.
We're watching Hallmark movies and we're having some fun. We're ringing the bells, singing Silent Night.
That's really good.
We're watching.
God,
all
please
the
stop.
movies.
Stop.
Good God.
Oh, sheesh.
Whew. Hosier.
Oh,
All right.
Hosier.
Hi, everybody. How are we? Hopefully, you're doing well today. We're talking reason for the season. It is Sunday, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's
here.
why you did the church bit. It was really good.
Oh.
And we're excited for you.
Hosier like this movie.
We're gonna have a good time today. Brian, how are you, buddy? Tell
Good,
everybody
man.
about those 6 or 7 things that you were telling me about right before we started here.
Oh, right. The
about
6
like,
and 7.
Yeah, things you were kind of noodling on,
Right.
inventions and stuff.
Right. Inventions?
What was
I can't talk about those yet.
Okay, sorry.
Man, TM.
What can you talk about?
Am I right?
Yeah.
I can talk about, let me see, 6 or 7. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. That's 5 I got. Toes don't have names, do they? They got big toe, little toe. That's it.
Pinky toe.
Pinky toe, big
I
toe.
don't think you call it little toe, do you?
Pinky
It's
toe.
pinky
Call it
toe.
pinky toe.
Yeah.
But
So wait, it's
so
thumb,
that's 7 things right there.
index, middle, ring, pinky.
I can't do the
And-
count that way.
You can't?
What?
I can't get that middle finger up.
You can't get
Look at me
one,
shaking.
What's wrong with this finger?
two. You have a
The
problem.
pinky goes up at the same time. I can't do it.
Really?
I'm trying really
Hold
hard.
You
Yeah,
pin
hold-
it down.
Hold it
You-
down. I still can't.
you pin it
I
down right there.
Oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That was exhausting. I can't get it
I
up.
didn't know that I was
I mean,
special.
You guys,
can't get it
you
up?
guys are super talented.
Yeah, I know.
Either hand, I can't do it.
We actually won awards for this.
We did.
Yeah, it's a really
Being
big
able to raise
difference.
our ring finger without our pinky finger. It's
Welcome
unbelievable.
everybody to the Hand Awards. We're
Hand Awards.
We're big excitement here today. Everybody, sit down. Up first is
You
the.
can stop anytime you want.
You start with
Up
palms.
first is the Ring Finger. Can you do it? Award. Nominated Brandon Dan. Also nominated the Kigsby Brothers.
The Kigsby brothers.
Also nominated Mark Wahlberg. The winner, Brandon Dan.
Hey!
Congrats, you guys. Wow.
Thank you.
I can't believe we got that clip,
You
man.
got the
no.
speech part of it? Or they
No,
get
they
cut
we
for
can't do
time.
that.
Yeah, you
We
got
can't
played
do
off.
that.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good party, though.
Yeah.
It was a really good party. I think the thing that people don't understand about the Hand Awards is that it's not all fun and games. Like it's serious work to get there. It's more serious once you win because the pressure,
Responsibility,
It's
yeah.
not just
pressure-
for the love of the game.
No,
you
no.
got to want it.
the pressure to continue to be able to do the different hand stuff that we're able to do is
And the people
it's a
coming
nonstop
for you.
show. It's a
You
nonstop
must,
show.
I don't know how you
I don't
get
know.
through the day.
I don't know. That's what I'm
The
saying.
hand
It's
stuff.
crazy.
Wait till you get to the foot stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
I wouldn't.
That's philo.tv/DTH.
For the foot stuff. Specifically for the foot stuff.
During the holiday season.
That's right. No, but for real,
your holiday movie
philo.tv/DTH. You won't find a better place, I think, for holiday content than Philo.
No.
It's
No.
above and beyond. It
One
is
button ad skip, unlimited
Hand over
DVR.
fist.
Get over here.
hand over fist. That's a different award. We didn't win that
Yeah,
one.
we didn't win that one.
That went to
Next year.
You don't want that one. I don't
That went to
think.
Training hard.
JT Lozzie.
Oh, Lozzie.
The laws? Man.
Lozenge?
No. No.
The lozenge? As we call it. It's a little longer, but, you know, it's fun.
want to thank my wife.
Yep.
We have us winning the ring finger raise, and
Wanna
we
thank the
have the
Bean
Laws's acceptance speech.
I want to thank the Kool-Aid Man.
Your mom and Kool-Aid Man are the two. This back to back.
His wife was there, and then his girlfriend showed up.
That's crazy.
I want to thank my girlfriend.
They found out on this Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
Judy,
Good
meet
thing.
Sally. Sally, meet Judy.
Award winner.
Hey, we're having a lot of fun there, aren't we? Christmas Movie Magic is out right now. You can get it and you can play. We're about to see 1,000 movies in 1 week. And so if you want to make sure that you have this game before all the Thanksgiving week movie airs, you want to go ahead and go to deckthehallmark.com/game and get it. It is a ton of fun. And I really do believe that this is a wonderful addition to your Thanksgiving week because people might be coming over, spending time with you, and this is a really fun way to throw the movies on while also keeping it like, hey, we're having fun. We're not just, I'm not just turning on a movie so I don't have to talk to you anymore.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I am doing
that, but I'm putting on a movie so that I can beat you.
Another level of distraction.
And I think that's more fun. It's more fun to turn on a movie so that you can beat somebody than to just not talk to them anymore. So I think that's really fun. Christmas Movie Magic. Keep the conversation going. The arguments to a minimum.
Sure.
We're not condoning that, but it's a lot of fun. Christmas Movie Magic is available right now. And guys, really excited about December in Greenville, South Carolina.
I mean, how could you not?
It's the best. It is
Tree
my
lighting,
favorite month.
Ice skating. The lights are up. They're up all year, but they're actually lit. It's a fun time.
All of the Christmas stuff that happens in downtown Greenville is just fantastic. Come join us, will ya?
Do you think Claire's Creamery is bringing back the old?
I know they are.
Peppermint hot chocolate.
I know they are.
Oh my gosh, the peppermint hot chocolate ice cream at Claire's. Oh, they're not even a sponsor. They should be.
The donut at Parlor is delicious.
Oh yeah, the Andes bits.
Oh,
with the white chocolate shavings. Guys, Greenville's where it's at.
That's where it's
that
at.
parade coming on.
Just stay out of my way.
Parade's
December
coming on.
7th.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Let's talk Reason for the Season, shall we? Reason for the Season originally aired on Hallmark Mystery on November 14th, 2024, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with a great rendition of Deck the Halls that I'm working on getting to be the new theme song for Deck the Hallmark. It's a really good version. Cut to a woman driving in her car, giving herself a pep talk and talking to herself and to her baby, whom she is pregnant with. She's with child. Suddenly she feels a sharp pain, drives to the nearest town and runs into a diner.
Gas, right?
Huh? It's probably just gas.
Probably just
Yes.
gas, yeah.
You gotta work through that. But she does find the nearest town, runs into the diner, and says, I think I'm going into labor. And they said, well, why are you here? Not the hospital. But luckily for her, everybody that matters is at the diner at that point in time, including the doctor. The doctor is like, I have personally delivered over 100 babies. You are in good hands. The birth is successful and the baby is healthy. She names her Evie because she was born on Christmas Eve. We all know that. And the group
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
the group takes a picture to celebrate. There's a doctor, there's a police officer, there's a lawyer, and they walk into a bar. The doctor gives the baby a little checkup and realizes that the baby may have a little bit of a abdominal issue, potentially gas, but we want to get that checked out as well, like mother, like daughter. And so they take her to the hospital and they save the baby's life. They take up a collection to pay for the hospital bill and give her a little money to send her on her way.
Money down. Oh, it's not Christmas Eve yet.
Not,
My bad. I'm sorry.
It is Christmas Eve.
It's
The
Christmas
song-
Eve?
That's right. And
That was a new song.
I got it.
Christmas. I'm sorry.
I would listen.
Oh, yeah. It's layered.
And they send them on their way. Cut to present day. The mother, Elizabeth Lane, is giving a speech about her success. She's a billionaire. She has a skincare brand, Lane Cosmetics. And Evie is now an adult, and her mom brings her on stage to embarrass her and talk about the success of all women aside from her daughter, who hasn't done squat. Evie is very uncomfortable with the stage that she is on and the speech that is being given. She is in fashion, or so she says, but isn't having much success. Her mom tells her that she's been spoiled and she needs to learn how to do something hard in her life for once. So she gives her a Polaroid picture that's in great shape. I believe the key there was to shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Interesting, but it was
And
one.
It was one. So that's why you would do it like it, as if it was one, because it is. A lot of people don't know that.
That's like drink your Dr. Pepper Zero like it's a
Like
Dr.
it's-
Pepper Zero.
I know, and I
Yes.
will.
Whoa.
You asked me to do
Can
it.
I would like to get my half of the money.
You know how I drink. You
closing
know
that
how
show.
I
I would like to go ahead and take my half of the money.
Yep.
I sit next to you. I watch these movies. I drink these drinks. You know how I sound. You brought it up.
Now we all know.
I can't
Now
get
we're
We
tough.
do have a clip of that, and I hate that we do, but we do. Brandon, you think Frosty's that hot?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right, you caught me. You caught me. That is, I just was trying to be a big shot, and I'm
I
sorry.
want to thank Peter, James,
The
John,
Laws is back.
Laws.
He's still going.
People were clamoring for the Laws.
Paul,
And
This
he's
is why
here.
they call him the lozenge.
Saul,
The
Because he
lozenge.
just
He keeps
longer.
going, yeah.
pre and post
He won't end.
conversions.
Sounds crystal clear.
Wow,
Great.
love that guy.
Yeah.
He. So her mom explains that Evie has to go and find all the people in this picture. Oh, was that me? Is that you? Find all the people in the picture and grant Christmas. I'm rubbing off on you boys.
You just
talking about? What
rub
do you
so
mean?
much rubbing off.
Her mom explains that Evie has to go and find all the people in this picture and grant some Christmas wishes to each of them. If she fails to do this mission, she will lose her trust fund. The stakes are high. So Evie heads to the town
Rich people.
and is disappointed by the absolutely massive inn that she unfortunately has to stay in. She goes by the name Maury, so as not to give herself away, she decides to go and ask the only attorney in town for help in finding the people that are in this picture. And he says, I could do that, but why would I do that? And she says that she wants to give them an award. It's a major award.
Foot award?
Be Italian.
He replies, that's not what this town's about. We're not in it for awards. We're not in it for prizes. We're not in it for money, especially if you're going to come into this town dressed like that. So she goes and she finds an outfit that's a little bit more low-key and fit for the town. They go and they grab a bite to eat at the diner, and the owner tells them the story of what happened that night. Go back to the beginning. Kyle agrees to help her find the people, but they're going to go at his pace. We're not in a hurry here. Up first, there's Roy, and Evie ends up being voluntold to be an elf at the town square to help out Roy. The diner owner quickly figures out who she is, and she immediately comes clean. She asks what his wish is, and at first he's hesitant, but tells her, let me think about this one. She's blown away by how nice everyone is in town and realizes that this is going to make it hard. These people really don't want stuff, you know?
It's unbelievable how poor people are cool being poor.
The next day, she ends up backing out and almost hitting a police car. Turns out that cop is somebody that she needs to repay, but she doesn't want to reveal her identity, so she says she doesn't have her license, so she ends up getting arrested. Evie is blown away once again by the kindness of the people and doesn't know how she's going to repay them all. She finds out that somebody has been this town's secret Santa, paying hospital bills, etc. for a long time. She calls her mom and she says, it's you, isn't it, Mom? And her mom explains that, hey, yeah, maybe, I don't know, who can say, but one time I went back to this town, I tried to repay everybody. Many moons, I couldn't do it. So I have sent you lucky, lucky child, to go and try to do the thing that I was unable to do. And if you don't do it, the trust fund's mine! The pressure is mounting, and what better way to deal with the pressure than by ice skating with Kyle? She decides to tell him the truth about who she is, and Kyle's like, oh, yeah, I know who you are. Despite what a commercial break makes you want to believe, he's aware. But he was unaware that she was doing it just for the trust fund money. And that
So now he's pissed, right?
Yeah, well, he says, oh, boo-hoo to you, but then, he's like,
over
I'm
it.
going to continue to help you. And I'm also going to watch you from afar. Wherever you are, I'm watching. The diner owner is impressed by Evie, and he calls Elizabeth to encourage her to come to the town to see all the good that Evie is doing just by being here in this town. So Elizabeth comes, and she's so proud of Evie. She has done so much good work. She has given the town a fire truck. She finds out that Kyle's dad was one of the people who was the person who
Some
took
of
the
your best
picture.
work there.
So she has to make his wish come true. They have a birthday party and a dinner for Evie because it's her birthday. It's Christmas Eve. And she finds out that her mom she tells her mom that she wants to do more of this kind of stuff with her trust fund. And a pretty genius move, I got to tell you. When your trust fund is in doubt, you should say, but I was going to use my trust fund for charity work. Because what are they going to do? not give it to you. She asks Kyle what he wants to be repaid with, and he says, you. I mean, he says a little bit nicer, but it's basically like, I want you. And they kiss. And then everybody takes one more picture together. And then 20 years later, the whole thing starts again. And that, my friends, was
A Reason for the
Season. We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Reason for the Season Day. We're talking about that movie. We're also giving an update on various winners of the Hand Awards. It's really big.
So we have more of those clips. Thank goodness.
No, we don't have any more clips.
Okay, no more.
Just
I
the
thought there was a
laws.
thumb more clip that we had.
We have the thumb war clip?
I didn't know. You told me that. I didn't.
We don't.
Okay.
We might.
Okay.
Let's get to the hot take. It's where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back, and I will go to you, Brian. Brian, what did you think about this here movie?
This was bottom 3 for me, and I think I gave it 1 peppermint mocha. And I was wrong. I was a little bit wrong. I kind of liked it a little bit. I thought I'd be really bored.
I don't want to interrupt Brian here, but I just want to be clear. In 2023, the Kevin McGarry hockey movie he said was going to be his favorite, and in 2024, the Kevin McGarry hockey movie he said was going to be his least favorite.
It's a fool me once
So
situation.
it seems as though maybe
Just protecting myself.
maybe in both cases you're a little bit
I'm
off.
finding my middle ground.
Yeah.
I've gone to
Yeah.
next year. I'm going to get this right. But it wasn't. It was a little quiet, a little slow. I like the individuals giving to people and places and trying to help out. I like hockey. We got a good
This
amount of
movie
ice
doesn't
time.
like hockey though.
It tries.
Does it?
It tries a little bit. And Evie seems like a relatively good person for somebody who's been
A billionaire.
has lived everything served on a silver spoon. I like them together in this movie, like Taylor and McGarry. I thought they were pretty good, and I like McGarry. I think I like McGarry a lot, Kevin McGarry, like a lot more than I
You
knew that I
think?
did. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm finding that like you do a
There's something
Boston
that-
accent and you're good with me. I think is what it is.
I could have
So-
told you this 2 years ago, Bri, but I'm glad you're finally
I mean,
realizing
I haven't. I can't say I've liked everything he's done, but I like him. I think in everything I've seen him in, he's a lot of fun for me. And for the record, wishing for dinner with the billionaire is the most selfish wish out of any of the
Yeah.
wishes that anybody.
There's some crazy stuff in this movie, but that's up there. Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up kind of liking it.
It's fine. This movie's fine.
That's all you need to
It's
know
fine.
right there.
It's fine.
It's fine. How many was that 3?
It's fine. It's
Was that-
fine.
It's fine.
It's 3 fines. That's how we know. And he got
It's-
higher every one.
It's 3 fines. It's 3 fines. No, I did like these two together. I thought that they had some good chemistry. There's just like some things that I'm just kind of like what I like the woe is me of this rich
Billionaire? Yeah.
billionaire is like so like I even though by the end of it that was like she was aware of, but was she? Was she aware?
No.
It's just like
No.
boo hoo, real sad. And so that I don't know why Hallmark continues to make movies about rich people. They just
Being
keep
the good
doing
guys.
it. It's a really interesting thing to me, and it's something that I just like. Who's relating to this? Who's relating to this movie and being like, I get it. I've been there. Aside from just the general idea of helping people and not expecting anything in return. And I felt like the messaging of that, of helping somebody and not asking for anything in return, was overshadowed a bit by the fact that there's a billionaire trying to repay them despite the fact that they don't want to. And not only is it happening now, she's already tried to repay them before and it didn't work. And so I would have much rather celebrated even more strongly the goodwill of this town, and just stop being hit over the head with the fact that she's a billionaire and her trust fund is in danger, and that she just is she can't tell anybody that she's rich because will they like her?
Right. for
herself. And so, yeah, it was so hard to sympathize with her as someone who, in contrary, I know this is going to break a lot of people's bubbles and expectation and like
Gonna break those
perception of
bubbles
us,
wide open.
but we're not billionaires. And I know
What?
we're
Speak
doing
for yourself. Yeah.
Okay. I know we have fun here. We
But
have
we
fun.
are, right?
We
like,
are, yeah.
This side of the table.
Well, it's because we have master's degrees, and I don't want to bring that up 2 weeks
Wait,
in a row.
wait,
but
wait,
Right,
You
that's
have
got-
master's degree?
yeah, somebody on the interwebs was shocked I had a master's.
We
Really? I didn't see that.
we have a lot of fun here, and if fun was how you got paid, then we would be billionaires.
That's right. We're,
We're
billionaires,
billionaires
on the
with fun.
Yeah.
And so in that case, I do understand where she's coming from.
Where
but
do we cash in our fun for dollars?
I don't know. I haven't figured out where to bring it. You know, it's like
Getting there,
I know where
though.
to bring the tabs on the top of the cans and get
Yep.
to like 5 cents or whatever, but I don't know where
Similar
to bring the
system.
fun.
Fun, yeah.
And so I would like to know where that is. But yeah, overall, like as far as chemistry goes, fine. As far as movie goes, fine. I just wish that they weren't billionaires. I wish they weren't. At the end of the day, I wish they weren't billionaires.
Bingo.
I wish they weren't billionaires
Yes.
because if they weren't billionaires, I'd probably like this movie a good bit more.
that's-
And it's not like like you can make a movie about a billionaire. It was the way in which they were just like, "That's so bummer for her, huh?" And I don't feel like
Yeah.
that. I think they had a good idea, and they had this like, "Hey, we're gonna show her that she doesn't need her money," and then at the end she gets her money,
Yeah.
and it's like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. And Bran, first of all, when people listen to this, we're going to get a comment somewhere that is going to say they never said they were billionaires. I just want to be clear. A bit of
they
hype.
did.
Did they say
they did.
billionaire?
I think
Yes.
multiple
Oh,
times.
okay. Okay.
Multiple times
All
they
right.
say they're
I
billionaires.
thought that, and then the more we said it, I was sitting here going, "Did they ever say it?" And I wanted to make sure that we weren't over.
She says it from the stage.
Okay, so
In fact.
that makes this even worse. And if the billionaires was a small part of this plot, then it would be easy to overlook. But it's the whole plot. This movie is trying to sell you on the good, like the inherent goodness of capitalism. And I don't want to get political. What I'm trying to tell you is what is more monstrous than a billionaire looking at her daughter and going, in order to get the money that you've not earned, you have to go and play games with poor people. That is, listen, Bran laughs, Bran chuckles. That's the actual premise of this movie. Go to this town, change your name, and do bits. That is what's going on here. And so the billionaire gets to watch her daughter like dance like a monkey for her trust fund. And then these people are supposed to be wowed by gifts that are given just because someone is rich. And the thing is this is the townspeople are split in this movie. Half of them figure it out immediately. Half of them have no clue. And I don't know which is worse. You can clearly Google this woman and find out who her daughter is. Is it worse to be that dumb, or is it worse to know and just gaslight her into continuing along this quest and not telling her that you know? So, and then by the time we get to the end, she just still gets all her money. Like all of these poor people who are like lower middle class and working to make ends meet, they're thrilled to see her get her inheritance. Like that's how the world works, is we work hard and the job creators and billionaires pass all their money down and they get to keep it because they've earned it. It is a wild, wild take for a Hallmark movie. Kevin McGarry is always solid in these movies. You're not wrong. Taylor Cole is always solid in these movies. I disagree with you on hockey. We'll get there later. I was so floored by the premise of this movie that the protagonist is doing good works for a trust fund, and that the lesson she learns, she still gets her trust fund. That's a tough sell. Just a tough sell across the board. And I couldn't believe Hallmark did it and was kind of blown away. There are worse movies made this year. This is kind of the most shocking that Hallmark tried to peddle. And Brain is right. He just gave a nicer take than I did. And if they weren't billionaires, if this woman has this baby on Christmas Eve and just goes on to live a life, like the most thankful you can be is thankful just for the like opportunity that you've been given instead of for, all of this money. And so if she just goes on to live a regular life and nobody knows who she is, and she comes back, she doesn't have to disguise herself because nobody knows who she is, and she gives them all these things, that's really powerful. Like that's a powerful full circle of you give with an open hand.
And then you say, pay it forward.
And you say, pay it forward. And giving selflessly and all that's like giving should hurt. It should cost you something. That's what real giving is. That's not what this movie is. And I just kind of kept waiting for the shoe to drop and them to turn and be like, what this woman is doing is terrible. What Taylor Cole is doing is terrible. And they just never did. They never did it. They were like, no, this is cool. This is how we do things here in America. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And I did not like it.
It's time for all the feels. It's what we're talking about when this movie is. Feels. Right.
Mm-hmm. The Secret Santa part. I thought that was really nice. The idea that every year the mother would send gifts for the kids and do these little things, and I think that's a really nice thing. So that worked pretty good for me.
Are you gonna buy me any gifts this year? Or have you been thinking about that?
I have been thinking about that.
You've been thinking about what you're getting me?
Yeah.
Starting to stress me out.
I got to start thinking
Starting to
about
stress
that.
me out a little.
What do you give somebody who has it all? You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude, after
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Well, he doesn't really care.
$1 billion
I don't think-
funds.
Yeah,
which he already has. But you know
already
what's
have
better than 1 billion funds? 2 billion
$2
funds.
billion.
That's true. If you can guarantee me, if I can have a certificate
your fund?
and it says this certificate is good for another $1 billion funds, then we would.
Now we're talking. Okay.
I'm like Bruins Cardi is as good as I've got for you. So I'm
good.
probably going to take the
Still-
year off from getting you a gift
Two Bruins cards.
Yeah.
And inside the pocket is a certificate
for
for
$1 billion
fun.
funds. Yes, of course.
These are all ideas.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are great ideas.
These are
This is how
all-
you top yourself year after year. That's
Yeah.
the problem with being a good gift giver. You just got to keep trying to outdo yourself. It's like you're competing with yourself every year.
That's one way to look at gift giving.
Yeah.
You said it's got to hurt.
That is one way to look at gift giving.
I got feels from a hockey rink that didn't have anything on it. We've had a lot of bad hockey rinks so far this year where they skate and stuff. This
You're right.
hockey rink didn't have anything on
It
it.
was
Just
almost
ice.
like it was a skating rink.
Just the ice.
It's just that ice, just ice for people to skate on and play hockey.
Absolutely right.
And it was
Without goals or anything.
well, yes, but at the end of the day, it was just good to see an ice rink that's just the ice.
Just for
we don't
skating.
got to go too crazy. It's just ice. Why change it?
Bless you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Great. Seem violent.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. We declare Thumb War. The winner of the Thumb War competition is
Calvin.
JT and Calvin.
JT and Calvin. Yes. Great.
Congrats.
That was the quickest thumb war in the history. Like JT and Calvin just outclassed their opponents.
So I think what you are misunderstanding there is that they won the award for the best thumb war.
Yeah, it already
so
happened.
They didn't.
It already
So
happened.
the judging was just on how good a match it was?
Yeah.
It was real quick, man.
No, well, it's just like who has who's doing
best
it.
thumb war.
Great.
Yeah, it's like best athlete at the ESPYs.
No.
It's not like they all compete.
Yes.
They've all done their competitions,
Oh, I
and
got
then we
you.
kind
I
of
got
look
you.
at
I
it.
got
They
you.
get to
They
get
were
dressed
in
up for
different
this.
thumb war matches.
Yes.
I got you.
And
Like
who's-
play of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Should we
that's-
make this an event?
Maybe we should. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the Wait What, and then with the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Now I want to thank the Beatles.
Laws is still going, huh?
I want to thank.
He wants to thank the Beatles.
I want to
Home
thank the
Alone.
Rolling Stones. I want to thank Leonard Skinner.
Is anybody going to play
Skinner,
Leonard
yeah.
Skinner? Yeah, of course. Is he
about
going to play the?
I want to thank.
They're going to play music, like play them off, maybe.
I want to thank the Hookah Brothers.
Hookah Brothers.
Hookah Bros.
No, they didn't. They never played.
Wow,
off.
they never played them off. That's unbelievable.
It's a 13-hour show.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we don't. Yeah.
It's time for the Wait What. It's where we talk about what in this movie made us go Wait What, and I'll start with you, Brian.
Yeah, a lawyer conducting private conversations that include
come on.
client privilege information. Unfortunately, it can't happen in the lobby of an ice skating rink or any other public place. I don't think he doesn't have an office at all. Like that's
Well,
nuts.
I think the sad part is that not confidentiality. One,
Sure.
you can't. But then two, like he says it's his office, and that is the concession area.
yes.
That is. There's no.
Yes.
Nothing. There's
No
not like a
no
partition.
printer, no fax machine, because all
No.
these lawyers need faxes. Like this,
But just, like-
come on. Like
Yeah,
maybe
no.
have like a closet in the rink, like something like that. Fine.
I
but
love the idea that it's like this is where I do my
Yeah.
law business, but like you have to be in your own room, right?
Absolutely.
You got to.
100%. So
Yeah.
that is just wild. Kyle was coaching the hockey game. I heard some chatter about the hockey game.
Yeah,
while
I think
guys were
you.
watching.
If you don't bring it up, you're
Well,
losing
I'm
your
not.
hockey card.
My
Okay.
way what on this was the rinks are typically pretty quiet. Like it's cold in there. Like you're usually just like Ethan's playing this
Brian.
year. He's playing, and we're sitting there. You're just like this.
Go record it. Bring it in.
We're going tonight.
Okay.
No, he plays a game this weekend. We have a
You
practice
can
tonight.
hear nothing.
You usually hear skating and stuff, but
Yeah.
pretty much you're behind glass, and like everybody's kind of sitting there quietly.
The folks in the stands are like this.
No one's going like,
No one's cheering.
Right? No,
and
they
you know how
were.
I
They
know
were way quieter than they
it's
should have
too
been.
quiet. Is
You
when
got
they
this,
score
Randall?
they score the game-winning goal.
And
way
everybody
to
around.
check them.
Nothing.
Nice hit. Yeah.
Nothing. Go ahead.
I would just like to say that I think I've probably spent more hours in an ice rink than Brian ever will
Fair.
in my life.
Wow.
Very loud.
Very loud.
You can hear every move on the ice.
Yeah.
Coaches are talking. Kids in the box are talking. Parents are, of
It's not
course,
a
involved.
quiet sport.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's quiet.
You
I'm
did
just
there
saying
is
like
literally-
said it was
for
quiet.
no, it's quieter than it's
Then
not
you-
like cheering constant though.
But
Like
there's
I mean, for
not-
figure skate, like a competition, yeah, like a full house. There was like 12 people watching this hockey
You
game.
think
None of them are talking.
Right,
They're
they
all
just
still.
sit there quietly.
You should pipe in
mean,
some
You,
fake noise.
you think the cheering's more raucous at, I mean, I don't know, maybe it is, but more
I think
raucous at
cheering's
the,
more raucous at hockey
at the figure skating than it
games
is at
than
the
figure
hockey game?
skating.
Most of my
The
ice skating
competition? Yeah.
practices followed or immediately preceded hockey. So I was always in an ice rink with a group of hockey players and their families.
They're loud
Loud.
people.
It's loud. Like,
Dude,
I've
My
also
way-
had to use the locker rooms with the hockey team next door. Like, they're loud. There's never a time when it's like, oh, I can't tell if there's a hockey team next door.
Yeah, the noise thing, it didn't catch me. What caught me about it was that he was coaching and there was an empty bench. Like you
Yeah,
have multiple
you gotta
lines.
change it up, yeah.
Like he had no players on the bench. I'm like, so they just
Line check.
no, nobody's
I-
there,
Stay out
unfortunately.
there. Get out there.
it took me a second. It was so quiet that I assumed it was practice. And then I saw them in their jerseys and I was like,
I assumed everyone died.
It was a-
That's how quiet it was.
and then you look over and he's like coaching. You can't hear a thing, like pin drop level
Yeah.
quiet.
Oh, it was quiet. But
Yeah.
I wasn't that. But the empty bench is what caught me the most out of that whole scene. Just
Fair.
not a
Plenty
single
to catch
extra
there.
player.
But imagine being at a hockey game and being able to just be like, so like, here's what I'm thinking.
Here's the
about.
thing
Like,
about the
here's
whole gift
and
thing
the
and
gift
the,
thing,
you know,
and
the
I do
trust
this.
fund.
Keep it down.
Yeah.
Quiet down, man.
We're
But
in a
also-
library.
We're
gonna
We're in a
hear you.
library.
Now that you agree at least somewhat on that, and then he doesn't have a bench, you still stand by your hot take that they did hockey all right.
They did hockey, which they just did. It
You
was
said
cool.
they did hockey okay,
more.
like they did it well.
No, I like hockey, seeing hockey on the screen. That's all. Just him skating around.
I would say they probably showed off the peewee hockey in a better light than the professional minor league hockey in the movie last year. Like at least the kids were like
Ooh,
coming
that's
at
a
each other.
real toss-up
They don't
there.
do now. I will say they don't do as much in this
right.
one.
Right.
They only show a couple of kids like doing and like this.
I think the
but
minor league hockey came off better.
we'd have to take that
Take
to
it to
the
the
table.
That's fair.
yeah, side by
Yeah.
side. But I just any time on the rink is great.
Yeah, it's a
So
good time,
that's
man.
fun
Every
for
time,
me.
just do it.
It's a good time to relax and just get your head straight. You know,
Yeah, it's quiet. You
quiet.
can meditate in
That's
there.
right, man. And actually, when he took her skating, the rink this did blow me away. The rink was empty, which Aaron. When does that ever happen? Like, there's always people on the ice, the rink. Like, it's never empty, right?
Well, I mean, sometimes.
I mean,
No.
it's
Was
his.
it like,
It
was
is
it,
like
was it free
his.
skate time?
Yes. He just
Oh,
skated
it's
on out
never-
there. Like, it's
I
never empty.
assume that it's his place, so they were there after hours.
You think he owns the rink?
I
He
thought-
doesn't
yeah.
own the ring.
He doesn't own the rink.
They said he would. Well, they didn't say
If he does, then that would make sense.
I mean, it's his office, so
He does.
I mean,
I think he
I
just
mean,
pops a squat there.
I don't know
Hey.
how he would have his law office there if he did not at
Well, he
least have
coaches,
some sort
so-
of ownership or.
Yeah, I thought that was the
Stake
whole.
in the
I
ring.
thought that was the whole joke about him
He's
having
Gordon Bombay.
his law offices there. Is that he owns the community center.
I thought he
But
did
hey,
too.
He says that his office is there just so he doesn't have to lease an office.
yeah.
He's
All
like,
right.
I like to pass the
I
savings
mean, I
on to
could
my customers.
easily be conflating that with the Mighty Ducks TV show.
Yeah, I made some assumptions. I
And
made some
since he
assumptions
coaches,
based off
they
of
might
him.
just say
Assumptions
you
were
can you can work here since you coach.
My dream free skate would be to show up to the rink and it's just me and a hot guy. Never has happened. I don't think it ever will happen. Free skate is
When's the
usually,
last time you've been to a free
yeah,
skate?
yeah.
It's been years because it's always
Well,
crowded.
Get
Yeah,
going.
fair.
Yeah, they're all
Last year I did get to skate at Ice on Main
You
with
sure
three
did.
jokers.
That's right.
Empty
so
rink.
Empty
Pretty,
rink. It's
pretty
true.
empty. No
Yep.
Kevin McGarry though. So
Fair.
Looking around.
Fair.
try again this year, I
Yeah.
guess.
It was a great time.
That was it for me.
Anything else? Okay, good. Guys, let's talk about this.
Let's have a rap session.
Let's talk about
Should we talk? Is it
The-
all play talk?
the miracle of life.
Oh no.
It's a tough time. It's a tough time, and a baby was born.
Brand talking about childbirth is weird. I can
A
hear
baby
people
was-
unsubscribing.
A baby was born
On a table.
on a
in Bethlehem.
on a yes in Bethlehem, but also in a diner on a diner table. And all I'm gonna say is I hope that they got rid of the table. And it's never been something that I've had to think about. Like, hey man, I'm going to a diner. I'm going to get myself a burger. I wonder if there's ever been a baby that's been born right here on this old table. And I just hope for this. And I think everybody would be on board with this. We should get rid of the table. It just should be a rule that we all agree on as Americans that if the miracle of life happens upon a table, we don't eat on that table. I think we should all handshake agreement. Can we handshake agree on that, everybody?
Can I ask a follow up?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sure, Aaron.
Does this also apply to the table from Buried in Barstow with Christopher Plaha?
Oh, where they have
The beginning of the Miracle of Life on the table.
That's
yeah. No,
that's tough.
that's
I
different.
tend-
That
that's
happens in a
tough.
lot of these movies that aren't Hallmark movies. Like that's a different world altogether.
Yeah, no,
I get the feeling if you go into a Waffle House,
That's it.
that miracle's
We're not
happened
getting any
on
tables
most of
left.
those tables.
I
You're not gonna have
tend.
anywhere
I
to
mean,
eat.
call me a prude, but I tend to think if any portion of the miracle of life happens on dining table, we get rid of table. But again,
you're
based
right.
upon movies and just some basic evidence, I bet if you went in with a CSI light on some of those, you would find that
hey, welcome to Crips. We're busting out the black light. Turn those lights off.
that you would not eat in many establishments. I don't think.
Let's talk about
Cool.
It was just like a line, and
So we're still
then-
undecided, I think.
Yeah.
we handshaked.
Handshaked.
We're
that an
gonna-
award?
I understand we're going to win an award next year for the
that?
best handshake. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty monumental one. The lady who owns
Monumental one.
the lady who owns the inn, she's talking about how stuff has kind of like kind of travels around the town and whatnot, and she says telephone, television, telelocal, and I kind of love that saying.
Yeah.
And I just wrote it down because I was like, I want to save this for later, but it is a literal line that made me. It took me out of the movie because I was like, why is this such a good line? And why is it in this movie? Telephone, television, telelocal. I like that. I'm going to get that tattooed on my body. And then last but not least, can I ask you guys a question? We all watched this movie,
You
right?
regretted that.
We all watched
Yeah,
this.
we sure
all
did.
watched this movie,
Yeah.
and there was one specific thing that I was unsure of. But do you think that Evie has a hard time meeting new people,
Oh my gosh.
knowing
Why?
if they like her for her or for her money?
I didn't
who
get that
she is.
vibe.
Because I know she said that exact line
3 times.
10
least, yeah.
to
12.
20 to 30 times, but I'm still unsure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen. We've watched a lot of Hallmark movies. I've never seen them repeat a line like this.
She
This-
repeats
they
that
like
line
me
to
for me.
different people.
and I sang it every time.
What are we supposed to
that's
do?
how I knew.
What are we supposed to do?
every time we
That's
were
how
like,
I
"Not
knew."
because
That's how I knew that they kept saying
I
it
have a
because I
bunch of
kept
money.
singing it.
Why would they do that?
That's unfair. Dano?
It is.
Yeah,
get rid
at
of the table. That's all
Early
I'm
in
saying.
this movie,
Telelocal.
Kevin McGarry says something to the effect of, "This sounds like some harebrained gimmick cooked up by rich people." Yes, it does. Keep going with that, Kevin. Instead of keeping going with that, what you do is you hear from Taylor herself. She says, "The reason I'm doing this is because if I don't do it, I don't get my trust fund." Look, we've watched a lot of these movies, and people get mad for the dumbest reasons in these movies. And we all the time are like, there was a dumb misunderstanding, and it ruined this movie. This is a point where you deserve to be mad. Would we all agree?
Yeah, this is a good one because I felt weird after and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I think because there was no resolution on that. Like he
Yes.
didn't really react to her doing this. Yeah.
You are starting to fall for this girl, and then you find out she's in town under a fake name to give money to people or gifts to people as a thank you from her billionaire mom. And if she doesn't, she's going to lose her trust fund. She is not here for you at all. She's here because if she doesn't, she loses her inheritance. And your response is it barely registers.
It was like the first time I've seen a Hallmark. I guess this would be like the equivalent of a misunderstanding, where the misunderstander internalizes it and does nothing with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just kind of takes it in and goes, huh.
That's coming out at some point.
And then they fall in love and live
Yeah,
happily
that's
ever
it.
after. Like it was wild to me. You should have some anger there.
Yeah.
Some
Something.
basic human emotion.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he remembers that she said billion.
And then he
she's
was like, oh, that's
He's
cool.
like,
That's
think,
cool. You
of,
still
think of
love me?
yourself,
Yeah.
think of the future.
That's right.
Hold
That's
it
right.
together. Ask her for a date.
I love that she yells at him when she meets him in mid pep talk of hockey team. Like I can't imagine anyone looking at a coach talking to their players in a closed practice and going, "Hey, are you Jerry?" I can't I've not met you. I could wait 1 minute or I could make everything awkward.
Yeah.
That's what she did. That was crazy. There's a movie, I think it's called Hearts for Christmas, with Amelia Ullerup and Chris Palaha, where this guy brags that he's done 100 brain surgeries. That's why you can trust him. And during the podcast of that movie, I was like, 100 is not a bad number, but it is also not a brag number, you know? Like 100 is like you're getting your feet wet in the practice. Like you've maybe been working for, I don't know, not a year yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you do, a couple a week, whatever that is.
It's less than most people, but
That's right.
it's more than most people.
Yes.
Less than most doctors.
That's exactly right. Yes.
It took me a while to get there, but, we
that's
got
exactly
there.
right. So when you look at a woman who's giving birth to her first child in a diner with no medical supplies and you go, I'm a doctor and I've done 100 of these. I don't think that is the brag that I think it's supposed to be. I think you have to go bigger there or it's just like a record scratch to me. It's like you may as well say a dozen.
But
you know,
also, you've done 100 of them. Have you done
any in a diner with no medical supplies? It's not. My point is if you're trying to reassure someone, you got to go big or you don't say it. Like you just go, I've done 1,000 of these.
Done a lot of them.
I've done countless numbers of these. When you say 100, that means you know how many, and you're really young and inexperienced. Like new doctors start in August, September, and that is when we have the biggest number of problems in childbirth. Like that is a statistical fact. So if you're early enough to know how many you have, then that's a problem. That's a big problem.
I've done 100, and I have a pretty good success rate.
Yeah.
87%.
Most are still with us.
I have to talk about one line and one character. Line first, the mom says that my success has impacted my daughter more than myself. And I swam in that line for a while because I don't know how you can extricate one from the other. Like saying that my success has impacted my daughter is inherently saying that you've impacted your daughter. Like that's you. My success has impacted my daughter more than myself.
Maybe she's benefited more than the mother, is what she means.
But impact, that's all part of the mother gig. Like that's part of the you take on a lot of your parents' identity. That was weird. But I'm most angry at our police officer. I can't describe to you. I mean, you guys have all ridden in a car with me. I was twitching at the idea of Taylor Cole in a private parking lot who has hit no one with her car, has literally broken no law, having lights turned on by the police officer coming to the window saying, you didn't check your rear view mirrors, you were on your phone, you don't have your license, I'm taking you to jail. Lady, she doesn't have to have any of that until she's out of a private parking lot. A police officer cannot show up in our parking lot out front and talk about how we're backing out of a parking space. That's not your job. That's not protecting or serving. You can't do that.
I also was surprised when she got arrested because when
She
you say
gets a mugshot
when you say
taken.
you have a 3-strike policy, you assume after 3 strikes is ticket, right? Like
ticket.
2 strikes, no, I'm not going to give you
Yes.
anything. 3 strikes, skipping ticket, goes straight to jail. How about, and let's meet in the middle here. How about you don't give me any strikes and you just give me ticket? I would prefer that over the 3 strikes straight to jail policy, personally. I don't call me crazy, but I would rather just
Yes.
have the ticket versus
Yeah, give
3
me the
strikes
ticket
and
and go to
going to
jail.
jail.
Yeah.
Right?
But also, like,
Keep your strikes.
private parking lot. The most that police officer is going to do is look at you like you weren't looking while you were backing up, give you a stern look because they don't have any jurisdiction. I couldn't believe it. I was
But
like,
what about all the drugs she had in the trunk?
that's true. Now,
So-
yeah, but did she suspect drugs? If not, the police officer still can't do anything.
No. It's time for what the Hallmark is where we wonder what could have been. Maybe have gives us clarity. Any questions we still have? What are we still wondering about, Brian?
What if she had the drugs on her nose?
Yeah. Well, no. Still, the police officer has no business getting out of the car and going to the window. I'm serious.
It's 3 strikes.
I'll be a defense attorney.
It's a 3
Fine.
strikes rule. You don't know
Yeah.
about the town's 3-strike rule. 3 strikes and you're
That's right.
jailed.
Yes.
What if she didn't even offer the cop some of the drugs? I mean, you're being rude at that point.
If
So
the cop or her were in a social setting and the cop asked for drugs and she did not offer anything, yeah, arrest her.
straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
My big question really was when she says "like me for me" twice. What am I supposed to do? And then she said it again, and the song is just in your head the whole movie. Like,
Yeah.
what are you? What do
She
they
likes me for
expect us to do?
me.
Nobody in this
Not
movie thought
because
we're gonna
got a
get
ton of money.
this song stuck in everybody's head.
And did they even try to get that song? Did
Yeah.
they even try to get it?
Dude,
It was really distracting.
Kevin McGarry could have been on the harmonica. Oh, it would have been great.
So it really was a funny thing about this movie that they kept saying that, and the song was just in my head the whole movie. And did they even think about that?
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, I guess since she does get her money, she says, I want to do this thing and I want you to come along and I want to help people. You know, that's nice. So does she do it? She is not, in the defense of mom, she has not done anything and stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so does she actually stick with this thing of going around towns and
Yeah.
helping and giving money to people
It's-
and whatnot?
It's still funny to me that the mom's like, she's not stuck with anything. I wonder how she does with the pores. I wonder how she does if she has to like anonymously give to the pores.
But it's also like she's not going to make it a day out there with the hardworking Americans.
That's right.
She'll never make it.
Yeah.
She'll never make it with the people.
Those peasants. I want to know how good Kevin McGarry's hockey team is. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like, seems like they practice twice a week. He puts in a
what he
minimal
says.
amount of work. Those kids look like they're teenagers. It doesn't look like they're 5 and 6 year olds where you would practice once a week or something. Looks like a legit, serious hockey situation. Are they any good? Is anybody putting in the time? That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Good question.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. We're back tomorrow. The Netflix crew's coming in tomorrow.
Hot
A little Hot
Frosty.
Frosty. It's going to be a big one. And then Brian, we'll bring you back in. We'll bring you back in on Tuesday. We'll
Fair.
review some more
Thanks.
Hallmark movies. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.